Hello, my name is Molly Joy, and I'm the head director of the Round Rock High School Dragonettes. Thank you so much for joining me to learn all about the 2022-2023 Dragonette auditions. The meeting will be about 45 minutes to an hour long. We'd like to invite everyone to join us for any a question and answer session and a meet the directors on November 2nd via Zoom from 5:30 until about 6:30. Come ask us all your questions and meet me and Miss Tori Loper. All right, Dragonette auditions. I'm going to move my little bubble up here. The Dragonette auditions start with the very first cut being grades and conduct. Candidates should not have a record of any chronic display of misconduct, and that is through the scope of this year. And then there will be a grade cut. Candidates must have passed all their classes with a 70 or higher for the first 9-week marking period to be eligible to audition for the Dragonettes. Ineligibility means that you failed any class with a 69 or below during a grading period. If a student failed any class in MP1, they must then pass all their classes in the IPR grade check on November 12th. So that's your progress report. That's kind of like your fail-safe, if you happen to fail a class in MP1, you are still eligible to audition if you pass all your classes in that next progress report. I would be very diligent about communicating that to your teachers. Sometimes teachers don't fully update grades or they don't know that grade's super important to you. So in the event that you did have a failing grade on MP1, the first 9 weeks marking period, make sure you start communicating with your teachers right now and working to get all of your grades up so that by November 12th, your grades are all passing and then you are yet again eligible to audition for Dragonettes. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My email is molly_joy@roundrockisd.org, and I'm happy to kind of clarify what that would mean for you. You need to complete your application. Your application is sent in the email that has been sent out to Drill Prep, can be found on the Round Rock website. In addition, we have also posted QR codes throughout the studios that you can scan and complete the application. It is a Google form and it must be completed no later than November 12th by midnight. So at the end of the day, on November 12th, that application is going to close and we will not be accepting any late applications. Following that, there is a 3-day clinic starting on November 15th, going the 15th, 16th, and 17th. We start at 7:15 a.m. and we conclude at 8:30. During this time, the candidates are going to be learning all of the audition material, including the progressions that show their technique, including the jazz kick combination and a contemporary combination. The clinic is closed to spectators, and we'll dive into what that looks like here a little bit in a second. The actual auditions take place on November 18th. That is a Thursday. Each candidate will audition in front of a panel of 3 to 4 judges. All candidates must remain at Round Rock High School until the auditions are complete because the judges always have the option to call anybody back and watch them again. Following the auditions, everyone who made the team, all new Dragonettes and baby rookies will be placed in a 5th period drill prep class. In a 5th period class together, or baby rookie class. If you are already in drill prep, it will be during that class period, and the class will be split into 2. So anyone that made the team will be staying in the baby rookie class with me or Miss Loper. I am pregnant right now, so I will be out in the spring. So you will most likely be with Miss Loper. And then anyone that stays in the class anyone in the class that either decides not to try it out or doesn't make it will stay in that class. Their schedule will not change. The class will just split into two, and the other half of the class will go with my long-term sub, or while I'm here, they'll go with Miss Loper. All right. The purpose of Dragonettes is to encourage quality performance, high academic standards, loyal school spirit, and high personal values. We hold our Dragonettes to a very high standard, not only on the dance floor, but amongst our community and in our schools and classrooms on a day-to-day basis. We strive to develop strong dance technique, strong leadership, cooperation and teamwork, self-discipline, and sportsmanship. And then we also strive to benefit Round Rock High School and our community as a whole as much as we possibly can. For the Dragonettes day-to-day activities, rehearsal is held daily. Move me down here. Rehearsal is held daily, Monday through Friday, starting at either 7 o'clock. Most of the time we start at 7:30 a.m. It is a double-blocked class, meaning that all Dragonettes have to have first and fifth period available. You are not able to be on the team if you are not able to have a double-block schedule in your schedule. And rehearsal runs into first block. Dragonettes are given a 30-minute tutorial time daily from 8:30 to 9 and are highly encouraged and expected to utilize this time to ensure we're passing our classes and making academics a top priority. Dressing time is about 30 minutes at the end of practice to change back into your clothes and make it on for the day. You will have that same 30 minutes during the audition clinic, being as though we will stop at 8:30, and then you will have 8:30 to 9 to change back out, refresh, and be ready for your school day. Occasional weeknights and Saturday rehearsals will be scheduled prior to contest and spring show, depending on the space that we need and when our choreographers are available to come in. Seasons of the Dragonettes. Dragonettes start in the summer, so we start all the way as soon as July. Sometimes, most of the time, we don't start until August, and that is our line camp. That's where we learn all of our routines for football season, and it is mandatory. So in the event that you do make Dragonettes, be sure to keep the end of July and starting through beginning of August through the start of school clear and available. You will have Dragonette obligations that will be mandatory. Rehearsals scheduled as needed between line camp and the first day of school. Fish camp normally takes place during our line camp, and we do participate in that. It's usually somewhere within the first week or two of August. And then schedule all summer activities prior to August 1st, and you will be golden. Don't plan anything once August starts. You will have obligations that you have to meet. Football season. Football season is what we are in now. The Dragonettes perform in every single football game. We intend to perform at least 10 games, and that's all the varsity games. And then if we make playoffs, we do attend those as well. So Fridays are when most of our games are. Sometimes we have a Thursday game, and on the rare occasion, we do have a Saturday game. We do perform at every single pep rally. These are typically in the morning, but they have been in the afternoons before, or they have been during the school day as well. But Dragonettes will be performing and attending every single pep rally. These dates are all mandatory for the whole team. Moving into spring season. During the spring, the Dragonets don't really have an off period. We just kind of keep on trucking right on through. Competition season, we could typically compete in at least 2 local competitions during the months of February and March. Dates will be released in August and put on your calendar. This year we are competing in February. The baby rookies do not compete with us this year. They will wait until they are sophomores or their first year on the team to compete. We do have a local competition, though, here at Westwood on February, I believe, 12th, that we would love to have all of our baby rookies come and support and watch and get a good idea of what contest season looks like for the Dragonets. We do sometimes perform at basketball games December through February, usually on Tuesday or Friday nights here at the school. Trips, Dragonets may travel in or out of state depending on the year. They are traveling to New York this year, so being that it is an out-of-state trip this year, I can guarantee you that we'll be in-state next year, but probably still traveling somewhere within Texas. We do make fundraisers available for those trips. Trips are fully funded by the individual, and in the event that the Booster Club raises enough funds, they always try to offset and help out. This year, they did a great job being able to offset our Dragonets expenses. Spring Show, our annual concert coordinated, choreographed, and presented by the Dragonets and the directors. Please plan to attend. I'm so sorry. These are the wrong dates on here. Ignore this. This was last year's dates. I'm so sorry that I missed that. Our spring show this year is the week after spring break, which I believe is March 6th, 26th, and 25th, and 26th. Let me double check that for you. Yes, March 25th and 26th. It'll be at 7 o'clock in the Round Rock ISD Performing Arts Center over by McNeil. We also participate in community service activities with Helping Hearts throughout the entire year. So we have a very full year. We don't ever really stop. It just kind of keeps on going. All right, circling back to our auditions. Oops, so sorry. Boop. All right, grades and conduct requirements to be able to audition. Just to clarify and reiterate that the very first cut will be a grade cut. Candidates must have passed all their classes with a 70 or higher for the first 9 weeks marking period. So that's the report card that just came out to be eligible to try out for the Dragonets. If the candidate failed a class on MP1, they must pass all of their classes on the upcoming progress report, the grade check that'll go in on November 12th to be eligible to audition for Dragonets for the 2022-2023 school year. So in the event that they pass all of their classes for MP1, they are golden. The progress report doesn't matter. They're ready to go to try out. In the event that they failed any course on MP1, they then must pass all of their classes for the progress report to be eligible to try out. If you failed the first 9 weeks, are you eligible to auditions for the Dragonets? Yes, if you pass all your classes on the progress report on November 12th. All right, so let's talk about your audition expectations. So overall dance technique and style that we're looking for. You should be familiar with all the ballet positions of the feet and arms, as well as traditional transition steps, such as pas de bourrées, chassés, triplets, and so on. You should be familiar with all styles of dance. The Dragonets do everything from modern, contemporary, jazz, hip-hop, kick, field routines. We do it all. So you want to be at least familiar and have some movement patterns in your body that you can pull from. We're looking for control and awareness of body placement, strong quality of movement and presentation. In the category of turns, we're looking for all of your turns on the right and left with correct in place technique. That's going to include your pirouettes. That's going to include your chaînés, piqués, calypsos. So In the Dragonette audition, we are looking for mastery of these skills, whereas in other auditions in our department, we're looking for strong potential. So for the Dragonette auditions, we are looking for mastery of this skill. Leaps, we're looking for jetés, chaîné jetés, calypsos, soda shaws, leaps in second. And then kicks will be a part of your combo. We expect batmas, kicks, and fans to be well above shoulder height. So we're looking for at least that personality level or higher if you're in drill prep. That's where we talk about. With straight knees, pointed toes, and clean technique overall with body control on top of that. And then working towards building up your stamina. That is something that as a team we do work towards. And then splits, we are looking for flat or close to flat on the right and left side. All right, so let's dive into some details about the audition clinic. It is mandatory for everyone to attend the audition clinic if you do plan to audition. In the event that you have to miss the audition clinic for any reason, we need to be well informed of that. Oops, I went ahead one. We need to be well informed of that prior to your absence. So the very first date you need to know is that Friday, November 12th is when your application is due by midnight. We will not be accepting late applications, so make sure you get that in by your end of the day. Monday, November 15th through Wednesday, November 17th is the audition clinic. It will be located in the 1153 Dance Studio. We will start promptly at 7:15, so make sure you are here, dressed, and ready to go. Your attire, each candidate must wear solid black dance attire during the audition clinic. Your hair must be worn in a secured ponytail or bun. No jewelry may be worn. It all needs to be pulled off. So we run our clinic just like we run our Dragonette practice, and we utilize every single second of the time that we have together. So please make sure you're on time and ready to go. During this clinic, each candidate will learn the basic technique for your progressions that we would like for you to show the judges. You will learn a jazz kick combination, and you will also learn a contemporary combination. You will learn these within the audition group that you will audition with. So it's a great resource for you to kind of get to know your space, get to know your parts, and then get to know the people that you will be auditioning with. On November 18th is the actual Dragonette audition, and this actually happens after school. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll be before school, and then Thursday, on the day of the audition, you will be after school. There will be no morning requirements that day. We audition in between the 1100 Dance Studio and the small gym. You will actually audition in the small gym, and the dance studio becomes a holding space where you can get ready and you practice before you go in. But we will audition in the small auxiliary gym. Dinner, make sure to bring a sack dinner or have dinner dropped off for you after school. It is very important that you eat. Okay, you're going to feel really nervous. You're not going to want to eat. Your tummy's going to be in knots. But what you're about to ask your body to do requires calories and requires energy. And you're not going to get that from a bunch of energy drinks. You need protein, you need healthy carbs, and you need to make sure that you are well hydrated and that you eat a solid meal before auditions. We don't want anyone to pass out or anyone to have low blood pressure, low blood sugar coming out of their audition. So please make sure that you have healthy food to eat after school before auditions start. We do not allow energy drinks. Let me repeat that one more time. Okay. Attire for auditions. You're going to wear all black, fitted long tank top, meaning I don't want to see any midriff. Even when you raise your hands up, you want to make sure that I do not see midriff poking out. And then you are going to, or leotard is fine. You're going to wear black ankle length leggings or jazz pants. We don't allow shorts. They need to be full length. The more fitted, the better, so we can see your lines. Jazz shoes, turners, dance balls are all appropriate to wear. We don't allow you to audition in tennis shoes, but if you would like to go barefoot for the contemporary section, you can. I would not recommend going barefoot for your progressions or your jazz combination because it will have quite a bit of turns in it. Hair needs to be pulled back and secure in a low ponytail or bun. It needs to be slicked back and look professional and as presentable as possible. When you present yourself to the judges, you want to put your best foot forward. So we do suggest putting on some makeup, some performance makeup with lipstick to ensure that we can see your facials and smiles, unless you would prefer to wear a mask, at which point you are absolutely welcome to do so, and you would not be required to wear lipstick. But I would suggest making sure that your hair is professionally slicked back with no wispies, and that we are presenting ourselves in our absolute best, most comfortable, confident self. I would also suggest making sure that you wear what you plan to wear in auditions at some point during the clinic. You don't want to buy a new leotard or a new top and then assume that it fits well, and then you go to audition in it and it's falling down and you're uncomfortable, or the straps aren't tight enough, or it is lifting up and we have midriff exposed. You want to work out all those kinks during the clinic so that you are your most confident self in your audition. Each candidate will receive a number to ensure anonymity to make sure it's anonymous. It will be pinned to the front of your candidate's top, and we will be providing those numbers. Make sure you bring safety pins when you come to audition so that you can pin it onto your top. All candidates will audition in groups of 4, ideally, but if we do not have a number divisible by 4 auditioning, it is possible that you might be in a group of 3 or 5, but no one will ever audition a group smaller than 3 or larger than 5. Yeah, so you will either be in a 3, 4, or 5, but our ideal number is a group of 4. All right, let's talk about how auditions go. All candidates will dance for judges in 2 rounds. 2 rounds. So they're going to watch you twice. In the first round, they're going to watch your progressions first. We're going to do leaps, pirouettes, and calypsos for your judges. And then they're also going to watch you do a jazz kick combination. A jazz kick combination. You will then leave the room. The judges will score you. We'll watch every single group. And then we will go through a round 2 where we invite every group back in. And then you will show the judges a contemporary combo, a contemporary combination. This gives the judges some time to kind of reset their brain and watch you a second time. It gives you an opportunity to breathe, eat a small snack, and then switch your brain from jazz kick into a more contemporary, modern mindset. Auditions are completely closed to spectators, including the holding room. So once we begin at 4:45, we will not be inviting anybody back into our space. There are 3 to 4 independent and outside judges that will be judging auditions. They are all highly qualified and not affiliated with the Dragonet organization currently. We say 3 to 4. We invite 4 judges, but sometimes life happens. And so in the event that we have 3, we will press forward. 3 to 4 judges is what is required to maintain our audition process. Candidates selected for the Dragonet dance team will find their audition numbers, not their names, their numbers, posted on the dance department website, roundrockdance.weebly.com. Results will be posted Friday, November 19th after 5 o'clock. You don't have to refresh the page just over and over and over and over and over again. I promise you they won't be posted until after 5 o'clock on that Friday. And then you have a whole week to process and celebrate or kind of process how you would like to your results. In the event that you would like some feedback after your auditions, you are absolutely welcome to do that. You have pretty much until the Christmas break to request your feedback. So that is, you have until December 10th. You have until December 10th to reach out to me via email or come and meet with me, and we will happily give you your audition feedback and what your judges wrote. As a reminder, me and Miss Loper do not judge the auditions. It is outside judges, so the most we can do is help you interpret what it is that the judges saw and provide that feedback for you. So we give you 2 weeks following auditions to reach out to get feedback from those judges. As a reminder, all judges' decisions are final. So once those judges leave, all of our numbers stay put, and those are the final judges' scores. Let's talk about how the scoring process works. Candidates will be scored on a scale of 1 to 5 from each judge. They'll watch your progression, skill, technique, and execution. They'll watch your jazz technique, style, memory, timing, projection. They'll watch your contemporary technique, style, memory, timing, and projection, your performance quality, and your overall impression. From there, they will give you a rating 1 to 5, with 5 being the strongest and 1 being needs the most improvement. Candidates that average a score of 4 or higher from each judge will be selected for Dragonettes. So with 4 judges, that means candidates with a total of a score 16 or higher when you total up all the judges' scores will be selected for Dragonettes. If in the event that we have 3 judges, candidates with a total score of 12 or higher will be selected for Dragonettes. Let me reassure you that there is not a set number of spots to fill. As many people that are ready to make Dragonettes, and that is where they are in their dance journey and career, will be selected for Dragonettes. There is no minimum number. There is no maximum number. If you are ready, and you will score high enough and be on the team. So this means that we are not competing against each other for spots, which means that we get to be our absolute each other's best supporters. Nobody understands better what each candidate is going through than the candidates themselves. So the best thing you can do is build each other up and be there for each other. Start building camaraderie and a happy, positive morale. There is no reason to be competitive towards each other because you're not competing against each other. Build each other up and support each other to do y'all's absolute best. Students chosen to be a member of Dragonette's organization do have a mandatory meeting on Wednesday, December 1st at 8:30 in the 1153 studio. We're just going to go over some content that you need to know.
You are still on campus. 2 things. 1, I completely forgot to say that.
I apologize. That was an announcement happening at school. All right. Dragonette requirements and commitments. All new members will be placed in a class together during the spring semester. All schedule changes will be handled by the directors and counselors over winter break. So you only need to contact your counselor unless there is a specific class that you know that you need to drop in order to make this happen. In which case, I would suggest reaching out to your counselors before you leave for the winter break around December 1st. Otherwise, all schedule changes will be handled by me and Miss Loper. Dancers will begin learning tools they need to become successful during this class period, along with learning their spring show piece. Our baby rookies are all in spring show, with a performance that's kind of their debut, if you will. They will not become an actual member of Dragonettes, the Dragonette dance team, until pinning. They will get pinned, and that is our induction ceremony, and that'll happen in spring 2022. So you have made the team, but you are not officially a Dragonette until after you have been pinned. The handbook, a very, very important thing for all of our rookies. Please make sure you take the time to read through the handbook with your candidate. It is important that they know and are willing to follow the handbook and uphold our high standards. I think it's very important to know what it is that you are signing on for. Don't let yourself get caught off guard. Yeah, it is a very strict handbook, and we follow it very intensely to help ensure that we are holding up the standards of the Dragonette organization and our community, and for all the Dragonettes that have come before us and will come in the future. So please make sure that you know what you're signing up for, and that you understand our rigorous rules and guidelines. Costs associated with the team. Go back. Line camp and team wear will add up to approximately $750. Our baby rookies will start paying towards that starting in January. So we'll do little installments all throughout the spring to make it much, much, much more affordable. In the event that you are a member of Dragon Pride dance company, a lot of our items are the same, and we do that by design to ensure that you aren't having to buy all new stuff. It also gets cheaper year to year because you reuse most of your stuff. So think of it as an upfront investment that we will start paying towards in the spring semester. Parent involvement. Being on the Dragonette dance team is just as much a commitment for our parents as well as our dancers. We would love to see you at all the games, helping to cheer us on. We'll need your support and your help during fundraisers. Sometimes it's just selling things and sending out emails, but sometimes it is physically, we need bodies. We need people to help us make stuff happen. The more that we do as an organization, the more parent involvement that we need, because we want to do all these beautiful, amazing, wonderful things for our students and create these experiences for them. We do require quite a bit of parent involvement. And then events. We need parents to help us run our events. So one of the big ones is Spring Show on that March 25th and 26th. I got it right that time. And we do utilize our baby rookie parents for sure. This is our first time we kind of loop them in. They start to get to know other parents. They understand how the system works. And so baby rookie parents will be required to help us with one of the 2 nights for Spring Show. Important forms. Let's make sure you know everything that has to be turned in. Candidates must complete the audition application in order to audition. That's due by the 12th. Candidates must turn in a copy of their first marking period report card. It can be a screenshot, or you can turn it into the office, but it will be a part of that application. And then in the event that there is a failing grade, I will follow up by checking their grades. They do not have to submit a progress report. So they only have to submit a copy of their marking period 1. And then they will also have to do a medical release form that will be in the email as well as on the website as well as on the application. All items are due Friday, November 12th by midnight. In the event that they make the team, a physical must be on file prior to the first day of school. Those will not be due until around August 1st. We're just giving you a heads up in case you would like to schedule that over the summer. They will need a physical on file for the 2022-2023 school year. Baby rookies are not required to have it for the spring semester. Each team member on our team is held to a very high standard. Dragonette dance team members are expected to always present themselves as ladies and gentlemen, successful and respectful students, and as good citizens in and outside of our school. Each team member must be fully committed to putting the team's needs of the group before their own. We are only successful when we work together and for the best interest of the team. If you have absolutely any questions, feel free to stop by our meet and greet tomorrow at 5:30 to 6:30. A Zoom link will be presented to everyone in drill prep. It will be on the website and emailed out as well. We hope to see you there. Again, my name is Molly Joy, and Tori Loper is our Dragonette assistant. She'll be there as well. I hope that you'll all have a wonderful experience during the audition process. You learn a little something, you make some friends, and that it all turns out for the best in the end. Thank you so much for watching, and best of luck. Break a leg.